Imagine you are driving down the road, music playing, windows down, and suddenly you get pulled over. The officer asks for your insurance, and that one piece of paper could make the difference between driving away calmly or ending up with fines, stress, and a whole lot of financial headaches. Now here's the real kicker. Most people don't actually understand what's inside their auto insurance quote. They just pick the cheapest number they see and hope for the best. That's exactly why today we're breaking down everything you must know about auto insurance quotes. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll know how to read, compare, and choose a policy that truly protects you. Plus, I'll reveal a surprising insider trick that could save you hundreds of dollars every single year. Stick with me until the end because once you know this, you'll never look at auto insurance the same way again. Number 1. What is an auto insurance quote really? An auto insurance quote is simply an estimate of how much you'll pay for coverage based on your personal details, your car, and your driving history. Think of it like ordering food at a restaurant. Before you pay, the waiter tells you how much your meal will cost. That's the quote. But here's the important part. Two people sitting at the same table ordering the exact same meal might not pay the same price. Why? Because with insurance, your price depends on how risky the company thinks you are. For example, let's say John and Sarah both drive the same model car. John has a spotless driving record. Sarah had 2 accidents in the last 3 years. Their quotes will be very different, even if the cars are identical. Number 2. What factors affect your quote? Insurance companies look at dozens of factors when calculating your premium. Your age, your gender, your credit score, your driving record, the type of car you drive, where you live, and even how often you drive. For instance, if you live in a busy city like Los Angeles, where accidents and theft are more common, your insurance will cost more than someone living in a small, quiet town in Nebraska. If you drive a flashy sports car, your quote will be higher compared to a minivan. Why? Sports cars are more expensive to repair and more likely to be driven at higher speeds. It might feel unfair, but this system is built on statistics. If data shows young drivers under 25 cause more accidents, then their quotes will be higher. That's why an 18-year-old might pay $300 a month, while a 40-year-old with a clean record pays only $100 for the same coverage. Number 3. The types of coverage you'll see in your quote. When you look at an insurance quote, it's not just one number. It's a breakdown of different types of coverage. Here are the big ones. Liability coverage. This pays for injuries or property damage you cause to others. Example, if you rear-end someone and it's your fault, your liability coverage pays for their car repairs and medical bills. Collision coverage. This pays for damage to your own car if you hit something, whether it's another car, a tree, or a fence. Comprehensive coverage. This covers damage not caused by collisions, like theft, fire, or a tree branch falling on your car during a storm. Uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage. This protects you if you're hit by someone who doesn't have enough insurance. Medical payments or personal injury protection. This helps cover medical expenses for you and your passengers after an accident. Each of these comes with its own price tag inside the quote. That's why one policy might be more expensive than another. Number 4. The mystery of deductibles. Have you ever noticed the word deductible in your insurance quote? This is the amount you agree to pay out of pocket before insurance kicks in. Think of it like splitting the bill at a restaurant. If your deductible is $500 and your repair bill is $2,000, you pay the first $500 and insurance pays the remaining $1,500. Here's the trick. If you choose a higher deductible, your monthly premium goes down. But if you pick a lower deductible, your premium goes up. It's a balancing act. For example, Mike chooses a $1,000 deductible and pays $90 a month. Lisa chooses a $250 deductible and pays $140 a month. Over the year, Lisa pays an extra $600 in premiums just for the lower deductible. If neither of them has an accident, Mike saves money. But if they do have an accident, Lisa pays less out of pocket. Number 5. Comparing quotes the smart way. Here's where most beginners get trapped. They see one quote is cheaper than another and jump on it. But not all quotes are equal. You must compare apples to apples. Let's say company A offers $50,000 in liability coverage for $80 a month. Company B offers $100,000 in liability coverage for $95 a month. At first glance, Company A looks cheaper, but Company B actually gives you double the protection for just $15 more. The smart move is to always compare coverage amounts, deductibles, and extras before you focus on price. Because the cheapest quote isn't always the best deal. Number 6. Discounts you might be missing out on. Insurance companies offer a ton of discounts, but they won't always tell you upfront. This is one of the biggest secrets in the industry. For example, you can get discounts for bundling your auto and home insurance, for having good grades as a student, for taking a defensive driving course, or even for installing anti-theft devices in your car. There are also safe driver discounts. If you haven't had an accident in several years, you might qualify for a lower rate. Some companies even have usage-based insurance, where they track your driving habits through an app. If you drive safely, you pay less. The difference can be huge. One driver might save $200 to $500 a year just by asking about these hidden discounts. Number 7. Why your quote might change later. Here's a shocker most beginners don't realize. The quote you get today isn't always the final price. When you officially apply, the insurance company will verify your driving record, your credit, and other details. If they find something you forgot to mention, your rate can jump up. For example, Tom applies online and forgets to mention a speeding ticket from last year. His initial quote is $120 a month. But once the company checks his record, it shoots up to $160 a month. That's why you should always be honest when filling out quote forms. Otherwise, you'll be hit with a nasty surprise later. Number 8. The insider trick to lower your quotes. Here's the part you've been waiting for. One of the simplest ways to lower your auto insurance quote is by shopping around regularly. Most people stick with the same company for years without realizing rates change all the time. According to research from the Insurance Information Institute, drivers who compare quotes from at least 3 companies save an average of $560 a year. That's not pocket change. Let's say you've been with Company A for 5 years, paying $150 a month. If you shop around and switch to Company B for $110 a month, you save $480 a year without changing a single thing about your driving. Pro tip: shop around at least once a year or anytime a major life event happens, like moving to a new state, getting married, or buying a new car. Number 9. Common mistakes beginners make with quotes. Mistake 1. Choosing the cheapest policy without looking at coverage. Mistake 2. Ignoring deductibles and how they impact your long-term costs. Mistake 3. Forgetting to update your policy after life changes. For example, moving to a safer neighborhood or improving your credit score can lower your rate, but only if you tell your insurance company. Mistake 4. Not asking about discounts. Many people leave money on the table simply because they never ask. Avoid these, and you'll already be ahead of most drivers. Number 10. The bottom line on auto insurance quotes. Auto insurance quotes don't have to be confusing or overwhelming. They're just tools to help you compare options and find the right protection for your situation. The key is to understand what's inside the quote, the coverage, types, the deductibles, the discounts, and the hidden details. Once you know that, you can confidently choose the policy that gives you the best protection at the best price. And remember, the goal isn't just to find the cheapest option. The real goal is peace of mind. Because when life throws you the unexpected, like that accident you never saw coming, you'll be glad you chose wisely. Number 11. How your credit score impacts quotes. Many beginners don't realize this, but your credit score can play a huge role in your auto insurance quote. Insurance companies have found that drivers with higher credit scores tend to file fewer claims, so they often reward them with lower rates. For example, someone with a credit score of 750 might pay $100 a month, while another driver with a score of 580 could be charged $150 for the same coverage. It may feel unfair, but improving your credit score can directly lower your auto insurance costs. Number 12. Why location matters more than you think. Where you live is a major factor in your auto insurance quote. If you live in an area with high crime, heavy traffic, or frequent accidents, your rates will be higher. 4. Example, drivers in New York City often pay more than drivers in rural Iowa, even if they have the same car and driving record. Insurance companies track local accident rates, repair costs, and theft numbers to decide how risky your location is. This means moving to a safer neighborhood could save you hundreds of dollars a year. Number 13. How you're driving. Habits influence your quote. Insurance companies don't just care about what car you drive, they also care about how you drive it. If you commute 40 miles every day, your quote will usually be higher than someone who only drives 5 miles to work. More time on the road equals more chances of an accident. On the other hand, if you drive very little, you might qualify for a low-mileage discount. Some companies even use telematics devices or apps to track your speed, braking, and driving patterns. Drive safely, and you can earn big discounts. Number 14. The role of your car's safety features. Your car itself can help lower your quote if it has advanced safety features. For example, anti-lock brakes, airbags, lane departure warnings, and automatic emergency braking can all reduce your insurance costs. A 2022 study showed that cars with advanced safety systems had 27% fewer accidents, and insurance companies reward drivers who own them. So when shopping for a car, don't just think about style. Think about how the features can save you money every month on insurance. Number 15. The impact of your car's value and age. Brand new cars usually cost more to insure than older cars. Why? Because they're more expensive to repair or replace. For example, insuring a brand new $40,000 SUV will be more costly than insuring a $6,000 used sedan. On the flip side, older cars might not need comprehensive or collision coverage at all. If your car is only worth $2,000, paying extra each month for full coverage may not make financial sense. Number 16. The effect of your driving history. Your past driving record is one of the strongest indicators of what your future risk looks like. If you have speeding tickets, accidents, or DUIs on your record, expect higher quotes. For example, one DUI can cause your rate to double or even triple. But here's some good news. Many violations fall off after 3 to 5 years, which can lower your rate again. That's why safe driving pays off not just on the road, but also on your monthly bill. Number 17. Why marital status affects your quote. This might sound strange, but being married can actually lower your auto insurance quote. Statistics show that married drivers tend to get into fewer accidents than single drivers. For example, a married 30-year-old might pay $110 a month, while a single 30-year-old with the same record could pay $130. It doesn't mean marriage is an insurance strategy, but it does show how lifestyle factors can impact your rate. Number 18. Seasonal and timing tricks. Did you know that the time you shop for insurance can change your quote? Some companies adjust rates seasonally or based on how far in advance you request a policy. For example, if you get a quote 10 days before your policy starts, you might get a better deal than if you wait until the last minute. Insurance companies reward planners, and even small timing differences can shave dollars off your monthly bill. Number 19. Why bundling is a secret weapon. Bundling means buying multiple types of insurance, like auto and home, from the same company. This often comes with significant discounts, sometimes up to 25%. For example, if you pay $1,200 a year for car insurance and $1,000 a year for home insurance, bundling them could save you $400 or more annually. It's one of the easiest ways to lower your quote without changing your driving habits or car. Number 20. Why loyalty isn't always rewarded. Many drivers assume that staying loyal to one insurance company will lead to lower rates over time. But in reality, some companies actually raise prices slowly year after year, knowing that loyal customers won't bother shopping around. For example, you might start at $100 a month and 5 years later pay $140 for the same coverage. That's why shopping around regularly is so important. Loyalty can cost you more than switching. So now you know what auto insurance quotes are, how they're calculated, and the insider trick to save the most money. But here's my question for you. When was the last time you actually compared quotes from different companies? Could you be leaving hundreds of dollars on the table right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know.